In visiting China, you typically learn that China is a communist nation, very closed off to the Western world. However, after visiting that, you realize it's very open to capitalist markets. They're actually very open to the American people and our way of doing business. One of the companies I want to talk about, Technomic Asia. I learned there are many Chinas. That was a quote from Steve Crandall, our host at that company. Basically what he said is China's vast. I mean, there's different tiers, just like in many developing nations. And depending what line of business you do work in, obviously there's different levels of government intervention. So knowing what line of business you do work in, obviously you could go to the government and get a lot of clearance. There's other ones that are very closed off. For example, the pharmaceutical company said that it takes years and years to be able to get to do business there, as well as get drugs approved, actually longer than the US, which is something that was a little surprising. Whereas for fashion, it's relatively quick. We visited a fashion company. He said, obviously, that they do a lot of business actually with the government, which is kind of wild, but actually the government is the wealthiest people. They're a premium brand, so that was something fun to learn. Also, just how fast the country is growing. I mean, there's skyscrapers upon skyscrapers. You go to Beijing, I mean, there's just tons of skyscrapers. You go to Shanghai, it looks like a futuristic city out of like a George Orwell novel. It's just crazy. And then in Seoul, obviously, it's their biggest city. I mean, the majority of the population lives in that general area. They're also very open to American people. Obviously, we're a main ally of theirs. One thing we learned, though, that conflict North Korea actually is just with the military. They say if you go to the DMZ, demilitarized zone, people are actually very friendly, which was something that was shocking. The people in Deloitte actually said, go there, check it out if we had free time. Unfortunately, we didn't. However, just learning that was something I'd take home with me, and I kind of spread the word.